say I got notes and whiteboard. Ooh, it's recording now.
Okay, I like that it like rats on you. That's cool.
Yeah.
Anywho, every cantrip exists as an object.
Okay.
Cantrips in my world come into two categories: utilitarian and combat. So like mage bolt type things, cantrips. You get the idea. Combat, damage type stuff.
Magic missile.
No, it's level 1.
Oh, it's level 1.
Eldritch Blast is the one that everybody really loves.
Oh, that's right.
It's a cantrip. It's a badass cantrip, especially if you're a warlock. But anywho, back to it. All combat or those types of cantrips come in the form of wands. No, come in the form of grenades. Okay. It's a single-use object each time you cast it. So as a barbarian, you can cast cantrips by using grenades. Just so you know it's in your quiver. Kind of affordable, but readily available in this town. They're a hot commodity globally. It's one of the huge shifts between the combat ones, but also the utilitarians, like men. Those all come in the form of a wand that has X number of charges per day, resets on the day.
Okay.
So like if you had a wand of mending, it would have, say, 5 charges in it. So you'd have 5 charges of it to use every day. Type idea. It goes along with some of these things like prestidigitation, everybody's favorite wand, especially for housewives, because they can clean the counters, they can clean the clothes, they can clean the floor, and in a good household, a larger household, they'll have multiples of these wands, so they could have like 5, 10, 15, 20 charges of it. Yeah. And the maids could just run around and clean everything with magic wands all day instead of scrubbing on their hands and knees. They have the most beautiful chamber pots you've ever seen in these towns because of these wands. Everything's sparkly clean. It's eerily, and it's one of the big dichotomies between inside the wall and outside, where everything is just feral. Now, that being said, there is about in most good-sized towns, at least 100-yard buffer where everything is mowed flat. It is whitewashed. It could be the densest jungle you've ever seen out there, but a certain distance out from that wall, they keep it clear. It's the one commonality to these towns, is that buffer zone outside the wall. And some brave people live in it. There are farmers that live out there because it's free. If you're outside the wall, there's no taxes. If you're outside the wall, there's no government. And there's a whole lot of nasty shit that wants to eat your face off. But hey, it's the wild, wild west.
All right. I like it.
But okay, the town, it's roughly half warehouses because of this massive amount of trade. 6 heads of household sit in a governance over it. It's not really government. There's no officials. It's just the 6 richest people in town. They get together on a regular basis and decide how the town's going to be run, because it's more or less a big conglomerate that you just happen to live in by chance of birth. You were born in this commerce town. It's been a way of life for you. You understand money inside and out, and you really know how powerful you can be with just a little bit of it. And if you could get a lot of it, you've met those people. You've rubbed elbows. Even the lowly blacksmith's apprentice has rubbed elbows with some real highborn folk in this town because they have money. And yeah, you can get a little gold fever watching some of the coin change hands that is just, and they do it blasé. Oh, 500 gold, no big deal. Now, let me dig into money. A copper piece is $1 in our world. A silver piece is a 10. A gold piece is $100. So if something costs 50 gold, that's $5,000.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. I want to try to work within that as a framework. So if you go to buy a hammer and they're going to charge you a gold piece for it, why are you being charged $100 for it? God, this is not the Pentagon. We don't buy golden toilet seats here. Why am I being charged? And there will be times that will absolutely wow, why that's really jacked up prices. But it could be very much like during the Alaskan Gold Rush, people would in Seattle here buy a pickaxe for a dime, hundreds of them, and then go up to Alaska and sell them for $1. That's a 90% profit just for relocating. And because of the people coming in by the truckloads, they would sell out of these thousands of pickaxes in a week. Go back and get more. Dimes for $1. They're just trading denominations.
Damn.
Well, if you're in the bottom of a dungeon and somebody's going to try to sell you a healing potion and you're near death, are they only going to charge you 12 gold for it, or are they going to charge 12 platinum for it? Location matters.
Yeah.
So
okay. I like it. I like there's actually gonna be like a legit economy.
I encourage haggling when it feels appropriate. I would prefer not to get into a 3-hour haggle section over 6 items in the store. But if you're like,
I don't think we're gonna have that issue.
well, the other way we can do it is I'd like to forbid the term, and if you got a better one, I'd love to hear it, because I'd love to replace this colloquialism in my vocabulary. But if you want to Jew them down,
I don't have anything better.
That's where I'm stuck. I need something that fills that niche, but we'll brainstorm. But we can turn it into an easy dice roll somehow. You can be like, I can I get a friends and family discount type, because I'm really charismatic. Can I talk them down and just let it be a quick game mechanic if we want? I have no problem with that. It feels easy enough, and let the dice. Cool.
Sounds good.
So
yeah, Henry and I usually rolled through things pretty smoothly.
Yeah. And don't get too hung up on, I hope this works, versus I'm going to try something outlandish, and if it works, it'll be extra cool.
Oh, trust me, with this character, I'm going.
And I got to say, it's the feel I'm getting for you're going to go in first, and whether that's the right move or not, will have consequences, and they'll be great.
I'm looking forward to Mike not waiting for me to make all the decisions.
You're gonna like this. It's gonna be an interesting. First couple levels, I think.
I encourage you first to go on Pinterest down a rabbit hole looking at male barbarian photos, human male barbarian, and see what you can come up with that you can be like, that's close enough. It usually takes me about a half hour.
Or do what I did and go to Chat GPT.
Is that just online?
Yeah.
Is it?
Okay.
Or look up AI portraits. AI artwork, I think is what I did.
I've heard of AI artwork stuff.
But Chat GPT works too, because you can say, draw me a human with blah, blah, blah.
Just on the little message Chat GPT thing?
Yeah. I haven't tried that myself before, but I've seen a lot of people do it for making minifigures and stuff.
Oh, really? Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, if you want to get really custom with it.
The portrait, I just looked up AI artwork or something.
I really like some of the AI stuff that's coming out. It just takes it to a new realm.
Let's see what this does. Oh, well, that's stupid. It can't draw me images, it says. Well, that didn't work. I'll have to try one. I think I have an AI thing on my phone, but I wasn't happy with any of the things it was coming up with. There it is. Anyway, I will try to get a character photo.
Cool. So, yeah, that, and just like I said, supposedly the goals aren't meant to be, this is what's going to happen. The goals are what I'd love to see happen. And what ends up happening, that's what happens in the middle. And that's what makes good gameplay. So the example they give is trying to have it specific enough while being semi-vague. You know, it's not, your goal's not, I want to be stronger. Your goal is, I want to get strong enough to take first place in the combat tournament next year. It can be that vague. Well, at least that's a goal and a destination and a target.
Right.
Just adding, and at that point, you just crafted a combat, a time frame, and a goal. Just all the way. I mean, you crafted a huge chunk of the world just by giving it a parameter beyond, I want to be stronger or smarter. So that's their recommendations with these goals. And the more I'm reading about it, I'm stunned. If the rest of this book's half as good as it is, I'll spend $10 and send you a copy, because it's all $10 on Amazon, so it's not like a big deal.
That's not bad.
Yeah. So, like I said, if the rest of it's half as good as this opening, I'm stoked.
Nice. That sounds good.
You guys know
What's that?
each other as characters. You guys know of each other. You guys have bumped elbows more than once. More recently, it's real usual for her to be on a regular corner or whatnot. But there's other times she'll be gone for a week. No clue. It doesn't cause worry for you, but you notice as you're going about your day. And then she'll be back. Nothing really seems to slow her down. She's always clean and well put together, so it's just not like she's living in a gutter. But for the most part, this town's pretty damn clean anyways. Even if you were living on the streets, it wouldn't be a dink, ugly alley. There is a slums side of town, just inside the wall on the south side, where the perpetual shadow of the wall falls is, God, I had a good name for it, I have to remember it. But it's this shaded zone where basically the hovels are. Your dad's very familiar with this area because you guys lived just uphill from it. Basically, they were in your backyard, and the tavern he frequents to get his alcohol and drugs is in the shadow. It's a lot of farm workers because there are farms here. It's a lot of day laborer and warehouse workers. The warehouse workers come in two varieties. You've got a main union where you've got all these teamsters and whatnot, and they work regular jobs at regular locations. And then you've got the flex workers, where today they'll work at this warehouse because they have extra work for today, and tomorrow they're going to be down the street working for somebody else. It's day labor. The day labor, they survive, but they can't afford much more than one of these hovels. They're clean, but they don't necessarily have some of the accoutrements like a refrigerator or a microwave. Or if they do, they're, wow, it's
old model.
Yeah, a hand-me-down of a hand-me-down, or maybe a gift, or the odds of them actually affording them is real. You know, you're talking 120, 140 gold for one of these cold boxes. Okay? They're pricey, but those that can afford them absolutely eat it up because it's a game changer for their lifestyles. And just above that, where the shadow of the wall doesn't fall, you get into a decent strip of farm and agriculture. And from there, almost halfway across this city, for the city is a circle. Almost all of them are for defensible purposes. It's just good shape. So most of the towns are around. And as you get roughly to the main road through the middle of this town, you get a lot of warehouses. The avenues are wide and well kept. There's room for wagons to pass in both directions on most lanes. It's designed for this. It was very much purpose-built city at this point. These warehouses, they take stuff in, they redistribute stuff out, so there's constant. The trains come through, they're a regular nuisance, but you put up with it because it's money. Everything you see, everywhere you look, money, and it shows. Some of the people that live outside of the town do a lot of other farming. Some of it, because there are no laws out here, are geared towards illicit goods. But it's few and far between. A lot of them out there are just, it's more space and less headache. It's freedom. And a lot of them have small compounds of their own that are defensible as long as the threat's not too big. Yeah. At the high end of the city, again, there's not like a capitol building. There's not a castle. It's just big fancy houses. The biggest and grandest one by far is the family that basically builds all these magic items, and they're strategically located here because their base material comes into town and they can collect it there and assemble and then ship their product back out extremely easily. But because they do that and they have their hands in everything, they are stupid wealthy. Everybody, when they walk down the street, it's not like royalty, but people sure seem to get out of the way like they are. Yeah, there's just, they're a whole new level. But they're not assholes. That's one of the cool things about this town, is because it's a governance, because it's multiple families. They have disputes every now and then, but in the history of this town, there's only been one major blow up that threatened everything. That was over 100 years and multiple generations ago. It's talked about as a cautionary tale at this point. The governance usually is pretty focused in such a way, and the decisions they make the town money. And even the lowliest of the low that live in the shadows of the wall, they're not miserable. They're not, I mean, sure, your dad's probably miserable, but that's by his own hand, his own choosing, his own choices. And I suspect his choices weren't because of his economic situation. He's haunted other ways. So we'll find out what as we progress through this. Everybody knows about you, the beatdown you gave him, though. I mean, that's everybody, even the highest of the highborns, have heard about that beatdown. You're not a celebrity, but you know, if you were to walk into the high end of town, people would be like, dude, I think that's type murmur type stuff. Likewise, you're not the best bard on the face of the planet, but because of your personality and your natural charisma, everybody knows who you are. You'll see people standing and listening, toe tapping in fancy shoes with cloaks and embroidered in actual gold thread, right along with somebody who smells a little fishy because he unloaded a fish cart this morning. You treat them all equal, though. You look at them as nothing more than a means to an end while you're busking. But everybody knows who you are. It's not like there's a whole lot of buskers in town anyway. You're like one of three. But you know, so again, not celebrity, but people know who you are.
Cool. So excited. So when do we want to start is the question.
I could, with the information I have currently, get ready to roll next week.
Okay.
I've had enough time to brain and process, and then with your guys' bios, I can sit down and build, for lack of better terms, my flow chart Venn diagram of what this one's gonna look like, and from there I can use it to physically craft everything else.
Cool.
I just got my graph paper in today, so I want to draw a rough sketch of what the city looks like, and I can go back and reference all the shit I just told you guys a little while ago. But
Okay.
yeah, I've got an image in my head, and I think we can turn this into something. My biggest struggle I'm having is what takes you two from busking and making nails to risking your lives for a better purpose, whatever that better purpose in your world is. We need to find great cleavage shot, babe.
I know, right?
Right? I'm so confused. Why isn't okay? Whatever.
You look good with your head laying on her tits, though. Don't tell you.
So, one of the thoughts that I had was maybe like, I don't know, a good paying quest, and that's like something that was like kind of struck me as like, that's a good chunk of money that could be enough to get me the hell out of here and find somewhere new to start. And maybe that's what starts it. I don't know.
Well, let's build this into a short-term goal. What does out of here look like? Are you out of this corner of the city, or are you out of the city totally?
Out of the city. I want to find like basically I want to get away from my dad. I want to be away from where I grew up and the things that I know. I want to like find something new or somewhere new that
does new need to be bigger? I mean, are you going to the biggest city, or are you just trying to get as far away as possible?
Just not even as far away as possible, just away, just a different.
So a short-term goal for you would be to save up enough money to afford passage from here to the next town. You're looking for a Greyhound ticket.
Basically, there. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. So that's a carrot for you. I like it. Is Wanderlust part of your bard's persona? Have you exhausted this town? Do you need to see greener pastures?
I'm interested in trying other towns to see if I can do better.
Because the other way we could roll it is I could turn other town into a location where you need to accomplish something or get something or visit someone. We can diversify where that goes, but this is another one of those short-term goals. Basically, writes our story for us. I hang some flesh on the skeleton when we're done and try to kill you. So yeah. Yeah. I guess any thoughts on what that?
I feel like it would be easy for me to be sent on a, I don't know, mission, to have a job, to be sent there to get something.
I was gonna say, or actually, that would be a good thing for maybe my blacksmith. He needs something from the next city over, and yeah, maybe that would be something. And resource we typically don't run out of, but the nearest area to get it is this city, or
and the other happens to overhear and be like, I was heading that way already. What do you say we travel together? It would be normal enough for the safety purposes of it, and then we could take off from there and discuss how you want to travel and
I like that.
All that. So it would be the hook. And yeah, let the chaos reign. I mean,
all right.
Are we still all on board? I guess maybe I'm asking, how gritty, how dark, and how realistic do we want to get? Dude, up until now, I've played basically a PG game as far as you're probably not going to die unless you really work at it. Do we want to go Lovecraft and God knows how ugly it can get? Or I'm not into a Stephen King type thing, but I can do jump scare horror type stuff.
I'm definitely looking for some danger. I mean, obviously, we don't want to get out there and on our first level, first mission, we're like, oh, we're dead. Like, cool.
It's an owlbear. Let me feed it a duck.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna have to play a little fast and loose on my end. Just fair warning as far as the bad guys go, because there's 2 of you. It's the only real headache to having a limited party. It plays much faster. It plays much more energetic. It hits harder, but it's real easy to overwhelm you. One extra goblin can be a huge tipping point type thing.
Yeah.
So they just bear with the mechanics a little bit, and I'll try not to get hung up on the rules too bad, and we'll go for crazy chaos.
As I have a long-term plan for my character, I'd prefer not to die if there's another option.
And that's something else. I will always, almost always. I don't want to put myself into that corner. I will almost.
I want there to be danger. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I like how like Vox Machina does. Like Matt does a great job of like, holy shit, they might all die this time, and magically they come out of it. I mean, well, I like that. It's exciting. It's fun. I mean,
it's that balancing game I'm shooting for, and where my viewpoint on that is there's 2 of you.
Yeah, and that is the hard part, is because you don't have the third one to like, oh hey, I saved the day, guys.
On that. Oh yeah, and I needed to remember to mention that high level magic is hard to come by. Low level magic is everywhere. Yeah. Most people's maximum level of spell availability is a level 3 spell. So 4 through 9, good luck finding them. And it's rumored they exist. But all the little stuff's really common. Hence all the potions, all the wands, all the things like goggles of night, the dark vision goggles, real common item. It's a commodity that people use constantly. They break. You go buy more if you can afford them. So don't worry too much about night vision options and all that. So, yeah. I think the hook will be good. We can always flesh out crazy ideas with texting and whatnot.
And that's what I was gonna say. Are we wanting to kind of flesh out the system that we discussed for like rage and stuff?
We'll need to, try to put some structure to it. How detailed we want to get, I think it may write itself as we go, because we're in new territory with it. But I think it'll be fun to explore through.
And I have kind of a base idea of how I think it could work with the dice and stuff. So
sounds like a plan. So, second gritty question: how emotionally invested do you want to get? AKA specifically, you beat the fuck out of your dad and told him to kick rocks. How deep down that rabbit hole do you want to go?
I don't care. I'm here to have fun, and I want to role play it. Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. I've got my version that I can bring, and we'll see where we end up.
I was gonna say, so what I'm hearing for our day 1 is that Mike and his dad are gonna have a battle.
No,
we already did. We're good.
It's already done.
We had our battle.
You had a battle. No, it's like
he's gonna be the BBEG.
Watching a 2-hour movie. The first 10 minutes you got a character create. So the first level or 2, we're just learning who you all are, and experience. We have to get ourselves invested in these characters so we care if they die. Yeah. Then I try to kill you. So it's character evolution is slow. It's tedious. It's beautiful.
It's worth it.
It's worth it. It pays off.
Oh, I'm excited. Yes.
And just within some realm of realistic of the mechanics of the game, you want to do crazy, do crazy. If that means what you want to do is tie yourself to the end of the rope and jump across and grab the other side of the ravine and climb up the other side with it, go for it. I mean, I'm not the DM that's going to see you try some cool ninja warrior try and say, oops, you slipped to your death, roll a new character. That's not who I am. That's not the game I play. You might slip and take a few points damage. You might. Now, if you don't tie the rope to yourself, we might have another conversation.
Whoops.
Reasonable precaution. But Vox Machina, Grog dives into the acid, swims to the bottom to pull the. Mechanics wise, it never would have worked. But it was great storytelling. And at the end of it, he got to look at Scanlan and go, is Mr. Winky still there? And Scanlan can look and he goes, still there. Oh.
Yeah, that was good.
Did it fit within the mechanics? No. Was it insane? Absolutely.
And that's what I love.
Fucking riot.
Yeah, that's what I love with Matt is that he does stick to the rules for the most part, but if there's an opportunity for a really good storytelling moment, he just says, "Fuck it, let's do it."
Yep.
Let's make it happen.
Rule of fun needs to take over. It just
And did you see that? I think it was the end of this year. We should have Vox Machina season 3 for the anime.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Do you ever find time to sit down and watch the real thing?
I'm on episode 75 or 76 now.
Impressive. Nice.
Yeah. I've been trucking through them pretty good.
I did that. I watched the one after. I have not started the 3rd season. I've been told great things about it because it's got fresh cut grass and all that kind of fun stuff. But I don't have the bandwidth to absorb it.
I've heard good and I've heard bad. It depends on who you talk to. You either love it or you hate it.
Bad too. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of not so happy with.
No, season 4, I heard a lot of ugly feedback on because it's kind of a.
Wait, which one's?
Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, season 4 is the one's going now, right?
Yeah,
right.
That's one I've heard a lot of bad things about. Yeah, not as many.
It's just not what D&D was meant to be in our world, so we kind of went, never mind.
Yeah.
But that's cool as long as they're having fun.
Yeah, I mean, hey, they're making money doing it either way. So, what are you guys doing, crazies?
Kind of like Metallica.
Everybody.
Hi, Bubbers. Bubba go.
No, come say goodnight to grandma too, bud.
Say night. Yeah, you just gonna sit there and stare at them.
It's normal.
I'm processing, Pops. I'm processing. A lot going on between these.
Go say night to grandma.
Give me kisses.
Go give grandma kisses and say goodnight.
Good night, sweetheart.
Bye-bye. Yeah.
Just put an earworm in my head.
That's like a every night song.
Nice.
He's like the cool. He's a shithead. He he loves getting on the counters and getting, but he is the coolest friggin' cat. Like, he has the best personality. He's funnier than hell. He's sweet. He's cuddly. He's playful. Like,
at least he interacts.
He's honestly, he's like a dog.
Yeah. He interacts. So many people have cats, and I'm like, what's it do? It sits in the windowsill and soaks up sun and looks at the birds it wants to kill outside. Okay, you've got a goth cat. Cool. It's just all death and destruction.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, he's super cool.
I've heard things like, depending on where they're based, like all dogs come from wolves. All cats do not come from the same cat species. They devolve lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Yeah. So it depends. It's like some cats love water, some don't. Well, it's that way in Mother Nature too. Lions and tigers hate water. Yeah. right?
We'll,
And a
we'll
lot
go
of-
take a shower. He'll jump up on the side. He'll like come in and like look into the shower curtain and get all wet. And then he'll jump up on the side. And he'll come in the other side and get in the water and play in it.
I used to have a
Catch the-
Himalayan Siamese, and she would jump in the bathtub with me.
He hasn't done that yet, but he does get up when the kids are taking a bath. He'll get up there and like scoop the bubbles and play in the water. And yeah, he likes it.
Hasn't slipped yet, huh?
No, not yet. We're shocked.
You just have to hope that nobody's in the tub when the first time, because that could get dangerous.
It could, yeah, no kidding. I don't know how bad he would freak out, but I know Oliver would lose it.
Back in the day, people that I've seen a write up of D&D if a house cat weighed 300 pounds. Because basically you're taking a house cat and putting it back into the size of a feral predator,
Yeah.
but it still has the instincts of a house cat.
I
So it's like confused about how to kill things correctly, and they tend to play with their prey more than they actually kill it. So it's just torture.
was gonna say, I feel like that's how people that like have pet cougars and stuff like, I feel like that's how those are. They could definitely kill you, but they play with you a lot first.
Oh yeah, you'd be a toy.
Exactly. It wouldn't be the thrill of killing you, it would be the thrill of playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could totally see that. That's like Bengals. They were made from breeding Asian spotted or Asian leopard cats with I don't remember, some other breed of like domesticated feline. But yeah, they took wild.
All we know is there was lube involved. Oh.
Yeah, lots of lube.
Either that or the mama cat didn't feel it. One way or the other.
I mean, yeah, either way.
Just walked funny forever after that. Its hips were never quite the same.
But
Anyway, back to D&D or whatever.
I feel like I've skeletoned out. As far as the blacksmith, you're not the only blacksmith in town, but there's only two. Again, it's pure. You guys have your art side of it, you guys have your decorative, you have your creative side of it, but it's very rarely does somebody come in and commission anything specific. You're churning out horseshoes, you're churning out nails, you're churning out brackets and wagon hitches, and it's diverse,
Hammerhead.
it's busy, that's why you're yoked. You're going nonstop. You put in 12-hour days, you put it in, some days it runs longer because the work got to get done. But it's honest, and deep down, that something about it just being honest, hard. You're exhausted, but it feels good. That at the end of the day, you did something. There's tradesmen out there, you hear talk about it, that I work hard, but at the end of the day, I know I did something.
Yeah.
So yeah, but you bumped into Dad a few times in passing, since I should say. But you do a pretty good job avoiding him. But it's building up type idea. That's kind of how I see it. One of the last times he looked like he was going to take a step towards you, and you bit your tongue and walked, and just that one step in your direction just kind of, it's been festering. You feel it, it's nagging, it's because next time you're not sure you'd stop.
Right.
You don't even remember stopping the last time. You're not sure how he survived it, because frankly, from your point of view, there was no stop.
Yeah.
And that kind of tipped you into this realm that you're currently in, that once the dam breaks, you don't put your finger back in the hole once the dam breaks. That's just not how it works. And until the water runs out, you're a vessel.
Yep.
Cool. Absolutely.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I kind of like this. Figure out how you can, hey, I was going there already type thing. Even to the point, if you guys would like to start with, you're leaving town. You guys have managed. You guys have saved the nickels and dime. You guys have talked about this for almost a month now, type thing, and you guys got the money together, so we don't need to play. You wash dishes to make 3 cups,
Right.
Hey! We could have you heading out the gate. That would be doable, unless there's something specific in town you guys wanted to accomplish before then, which I'm completely cool with too.
No, honestly, I think that would be probably a good start.
And I guess creative game wise, let's go ahead and are you guys 2 people on foot going for it? You guys know that on foot the next town is exactly 1 day's walk away. You don't want to be out there after dark, but even in the daytime it's a little sketchy.
Yeah, I'm
Did you
I'm
guys
a
make
big
enough to
I'm a big,
supply?
strong, arrogant guy. I'm gonna say I think I can take it. And
So that makes traveling light.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
You're bringing a picnic.
With my picnic basket.
Hey, boo. Cool. Then
Oh,
yeah, I think when we pick up, we'll have give you guys sell some of your basic equipment, and it's a plan. Let's go. And I imagine as a bard, wanderlust is a little bit of your thing, and hey, maybe a fresh street corner will bring in some fresh coin. Maybe you'll learn some new songs. I mean, that'd always be cool.
A song about our travels, and I'll still have a new song.
See,
Yeah.
and it's always a little bit of inspiration. I got you.
Mhm.
Don't want to get writer's block or nothing. Cool. I like
Oh,
it. I
and
like it.
Joe and I were talking, and she said, that she'd be like down for maybe here and there playing, like if you have a little side character that could be played or something like that, she would be able to step in. And,
Okay.
so just little like
Sounds like
guest appearances.
Yeah, sounds like a hoot.
So
I'm there, and now I'm not.
So
yeah, as long as we could find a way to communicate our intent. I mean, if you're playing another NPC, we kind of got to work in concert somehow. But
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Or if you want to be we could easily build you an honest to God real life character that you could play yourself, but you could literally be there one day and not the next type.
Kind of like mercenary type.
Well, almost. You guys have seen Star Trek: The Next Generation with Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart.
Here and there, yeah.
Do you remember the character Q?
No.
He was an omnipotent being that his favorite thing to do in the world was fuck her with Captain Picard. I mean, that was just it was his plaything. He would show up on the ship for 1 or 2 episodes and then just disappear again. Well, she could have a little bit like we were doing with Jordan's Druid, where she was world crafting between 2 different we just created she steps through a teleport thing in a tree because she's a druid, and find out it's really a thing. But and then you just end up there. We could have,
that would be cool.
Even play it so far as you don't even have control of when you pop in and out. You actually pop between dimensions or literally other worlds.
That's cool.
And that you guys are right in the middle of a fight. Oof, you're gone.
You want a butterscotch?
Yeah, you just pop up. Hey guys. Oh shit, what's going on?
And I would absolutely love to see it if we built said character to be exactly like that. That it's just so commonplace for you. It's like, how you guys been? Or you don't even
Or just like when they're in the battle, be like, "Oh, you fucked up."
This is when you bring me back. Maybe part of your goals are to figure out why you keep popping in and out of, is this something that has happened to you, or has this just been your existence forever? Is this a curse, or is this just who you are? We can discover all those good things. Totally.
I like it.
And come to find out you're just Fenrir's imaginary friend. You never really existed in the first place. Kind of like Sesame Street. Okay, you guys know Sesame Street, Big Bird, his friend Mr. Snuffleupagus.
Yeah.
Did you guys realize that Mr. Snuffleupagus is not really there? It's his imaginary friend.
No.
Nobody else ever interacts with Mr. Snuffleupagus. It's his imaginary friend.
Oh.
I could be that, I guess.
Yeah, that would actually be really funny. But like, I actually I don't know. So,
It'd
It
be
would be
weird.
kind of too if like the story that ends up being is everybody's actually been dead the whole time.
it's just all in my head.
The whole campaign happens in between the last 2 heartbeats of your final existence. That's
That's actually a
It's-
really
it's
cool
kinda
plot
like-
twist.
yeah, that guy.
It's like Scrooge, how he gets like different people coming to him, but it's the same person. But it's kind of like you died and you're reliving everything all over again. And I'm there. I say, hey, all right, bye.
That's a kind of a
Wow.
cool idea.
That got a little dark and morbid, but that's cool.
Just a little bit.
So yeah, I guess the question would come up with what would said character we got a barbarian and a bard, and all of a sudden we're adding a third. Any thoughts on what you would like to play? If we were to build you an actual character and do this, you just whenever you're up for it, there you are. And if it becomes an every time, that's great. If it becomes you play twice and never play again, we can live with that too.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I
don't-
zero pressure.
That's tough.
Well, you got time because I mean,
I was gonna say we could have them run into you in the next town or 2 towns, or you could pop in literally whenever, because that's
Whenever.
literally what we're talking about making.
Yeah.
So we've got time. We sure.
I could be like a mind flare, and that's why you see me.
She's thinking Baldur's Gate now. that's the like part of the plot of the third game.
Yeah, if you've got an inspirational thought and want to get weird with it, I would just say the weirder it gets, the more homework is basically on your plate to figure out how the mechanics work. Because
Mhm.
if you get really off script, somebody else hasn't done the work for us already. So
Yeah.
I'm not objecting. Just saying.
You also mentioned wanting to discuss special stats, abilities, etc.
Okay. As you guys level, I think at this point, every even level, like 2, 4, 6, 8, all the way through, I'm going to give you guys a bonus stat point. Just as at this point,
shit.
2.5 people playing. Your party's 2.5 people now.
I guess that does kind of make sense. We're gonna have to be strong to
You have
survive.
to be strong. And that's why I was hashing out that whole, do you get triple attack and quadruple attack at that point? Because, I keep having these flashbacks of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon at the end where he's just like, and it's like 19,000 sword strikes all in one motion. Would that totally unbalance the game, or does that allow me to offset I can just send? Because if we do multi like that, and we give you the inherent cleave ability, you could mow through minions like they're going out of style.
Well, yeah, then because I mean, let's be honest. If you run into a horde of goblins, it's not going to be 4 goblins. It's going to be like 30 goblins or something.
Yeah,
you
unless
know?
it's a scouting party, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I know. We may mechanic it and see where we end up. But at this point, we have a light healer support damage, aka Bard, and a damage dealer.
Yeah.
You take damage, you dish damage. It's all good.
So I have a question if it's every 2 levels, because you automatically get one at 4th, 8th, and 12th.
Or a feat. So now you can have a feat and 1 stat point at level 4 and level 8 and level 12, or you can have 3 stat points.
I like that. Yep. I like that. That sounds good.
Because with the mechanics, you're gonna need to be that strong.
And that's
So,
what
to a
be
small
10, and that would be 10 extra points over the course of 20 levels. So it's not
assuming we make it to 20, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Because let's be honest, by level 20, I have to have you fighting God. So
I mean, at that point, we might be almost all 20 down the board with that many extra points, but that's kind of what you expect then. Ooh, this will be fun. I like it. Oh, I'm so excited.
Forward
This
to
is-
it.
like I said, I got no problem with gritty. And I like
Yeah.
the idea of if nothing else, Joe gets to dip her toes back into playing without committing herself to every day.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I like that. That
Like
way
I
she
said, no problem if you would like it to turn into every day. That's fine. I
of course. Yeah.
do not.
Yeah,
Well,
she
you-
knows that because I'm like, babe, I wish you would play. I miss you.
Maybe every week, not every day.
Yeah,
Every
every
day
day
we
we play.
Right.
Yeah.
But
So I was thinking, oh, that's a lot.
that would be crazy.
Yeah.
We'd go through.
That would be
called
real
a job.
There. That would be like better than critical.
Yeah, no
Role.
kidding. They're once a week too.
Yeah.
We just live stream D&D 24/7.
Yeah, all day, every day.
day.
Oh
We
shit.
haven't slept in a month and a half. The campaign's getting a little weird.
Yeah, guys, I don't even think you're playing the same characters anymore. Just absolute delusions. Like,
Oh, yeah. The psychosis. Yeah.
Yep.
That would be one hell of a D&D campaign.
It would be torture to watch back as the players, but it
Oh,
could be
yeah.
fascinating for the rest of the universe.
Yeah, it'd be like a science experiment for everybody
Awesome.
else.
It-
Oh man.
well,
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to really getting into the role playing and the character growth. I'm excited for that.
And
Yeah.
something else I would like to bring up, which would put up that words
Yeah,
would
I feel that.
possibly facilitate Joe's bouncing in and out of the campaign idea. It's not going to be like Critical Role in that it's not going to be the minute you get back to town, you take 2 deep breaths and you have to run back out and save the world again. You're gonna go do what you're gonna do, and then you're either gonna come back or you're gonna stay there. But there could be a week or 3 weeks or a month and a half between. It's not going to be a marathon type. It's going to be more a grouping of sprints. In that, in the other time, it helps justify the extra stat points. So in your downtime, you wanted to be more intelligent, so you spent your spare time in the library or with a tutor, or you wanted to be more dexterous, so you took up pottery so you can be more dexterous. Whatever. It gives room for the story to breathe and make it more of a story than a nonstop ass whooping.
Okay.
If you can think of things within that would help make it. I figure bare minimum, you're making enough money to at least justify your existence. If you want to step that up to fancier lodgings and stuff, justify it. Not a big deal. If you want to move into the local motel and be fed room service every day, justify it. Where'd the money come from? That's cool.
And that's where I'm thinking maybe we can have little like side quests that we can take up where like they've got a pin board in town that says, oh yeah, there's a little horde of goblins that's bothering the local, whatever. And then we can make
absolutely
side gold with side quests.
A lot of that kind of fun stuff is local people asking for local work. Absolutely.
Right.
Whether that's day labor in a warehouse in this town or it's exterminating giant rats outside the wall. There's a few standing bounties, like any town that lives out in a desert environment, there's a standing bounty on snakes. You bring in a snake's head, you can turn it in for whatever monetary amount. And there's people that go out and their livelihood is to exterminate snakes so that the town doesn't have a snake problem. Because before they posted that bounty, there's a snake problem. So now there's a bounty because that fixes the snake problem.
And then eventually a rat problem comes up.
Sure, or in a different town it's a rat problem. In a different town it's spiders. In a different town it's liches. I mean, sorry.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome.
And yeah. So feel free to grab the reins, and if you want to throw a little forewarning so I can have a clue where you're going to drive, that would make my planning session for next week a whole lot easier. Kind of like we're ending this on you guys are stepping out the door first thing in the morning with the intent to go to the next town. What's going to happen from there? Fenrir has no intention of ever coming back. Fuck it. That town's dead to me. Bear, she might have a need to go back. That could be a tension point. We'll have to see when we get there.
Yep.
Some of the things you see posted on these boards, the higher dollar amounts, the ones you guys kind of dream after solo that you might be able to do as a team, would be ones that bring in some more real money, but it tends to be like, okay, the family that makes all these magic items is kind of like you were saying in the blacksmith, but it out of powdered blah 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 blah, and the only place to get it is 2.5 miles that way, and whichever way that is doesn't matter because everything outside the perimeter of the town is good law.
Yeah.
So somebody's got to go get it, and they pay well for that because it's hazard pay. But neither of you feel like you could ever accomplish it alone. You don't have the confidence. Maybe someday when you're all grown up, but not now.
All right.
So yeah, there's work to be had, and you know it. You're more than willing to put the work in. You're an apprentice, so you don't get all the time in the world, so you're not saving as much as you wish you could because, well, you're busy. But hey, you're doing what you can, and as you guys step out the door, there's a lightness in your step because, if nothing else, at least it's behind you for a minute. That buoys your step a little as you step outside, and it's an okay day. I haven't decided what time of year it is, but this is a forested area. It's about a 300-foot buffer zone outside, and a surprising number. There's like a couple dozen farming. They're pushed right up against the houses, are right up against the wall, and the farm's out in front of them. But they're out there tending crops and stuff because this town, despite the commerce, fresh produce is fresh produce and it sells. Again, there's a couple of them out here that are a little further away from the gates that are a little seedier, but for the most part, the town's almost like it's bursting at seams. Like, we just need a little more room. We need more fresh produce. And it's the only place left because, well, the wall, it doesn't move real well. They asked nicely, what can you do?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so as you step out, reminds me a little bit of Asian movie. I don't remember what it, but as he walks out through the gates, it's just poppy fields everywhere outside the gate. It's a desolate wasteland, but it's just poppies everywhere, and they're out there tending their poppy fields. Well, it's some of it's cucumbers and some of it's radishes, and maybe there's a poppy farm around the corner.
You got to make that opium.
You got to make the good. Like you do.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
So is it reasonable to say, Joe, to let you pick your pace on how quickly you want to assemble a character, just when you have time and patience? Or should I poke you in the ribs every now and then and say, hey, is it done yet? It's done yet? It's done yet?
That's fine either way. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't care.
I'll try to keep the player's handbook like sitting on the bed every day, just so when she comes into the bedroom, it's like a reminder, like, hey, you want to make a character?
I mean, technically, I can be whatever. It doesn't have to be what's in the book, right?
For the most part, I mean, if you come up with crazy, like I said, the more custom you get, the more homework you have to do to flesh it out. That's the only downside. If you want to do the homework, knock yourself out.
As far as
I would lean away from doing like, I want to play a centaur or a demon, just because the neighbors might be a little jumpy. But
magic is low level magic is common, but like off the wall magic is not common in this world.
Okay,
So
that's fine.
but if you want to stick out like a sore thumb and be a like part of the shit, I don't know how to put it, part of
the chaos causing.
Well, if you can look at chaos as a non-negative, as just pure leading towards entropy chaos as opposed to negative chaos, sure, I could go with chaos. Festivities, part of the antagonism isn't the right word, because that's going to
excitement, maybe.
I mean, it would be cool if like my character could have two sides where they see me differently versus the other world sees me.
They being Andrew and Mike's characters, they see you?
Yeah, like they can see me differently. Like if, let's say I'm a demon, they see me as that, versus in the world where that's not common, I can put up like
a facade.
Yeah, where I look human or something.
I would call that a guise or a illusion type thing. You could absolutely play that way. There would be zero problem with that. Good story arc for something like that would be maybe they learn who you are and get to know you in your guise, and then eventually they find out, oh, you're you reach a level of trust, you're willing to share that persona, who you really are with them, type thing.
There you go.
Yeah,
would make beautiful story. Even to the point of, I keep referring to Mike and Andrea's characters have secret sauce. That's because they've talked with me directly about things that the other character doesn't know. So if you've got something like, I'm secretly a demon and I don't want them to know that yet, that would be secret sauce. And we could keep that between us until you feel comfortable. Hey guys, I just wanted to, try not to freak out. This is okay. Hold on. Okay, sit down first. Click.
Like off of Game of Thrones, the faceless people or whatever.
There you go.
Right. They reveal themselves. And to that idea, again, I want to stress, low-level magic items are common all over the place. If you want to have a magical veil, you can label it whatever you want. It can be a necklace, it can be an earring. It's magic. Make what you want. That has, and I would reference the book for like disguise self and take some of the mechanics there. There may be an object. I think there's a hat of many faces out there that we could reflavor it into a nose ring if you wanted. I don't care.
Yeah.
There is something like
that you can use that would give you that, and then all we'd have to do is be like, okay, this is a special item that is specifically yours, and it doesn't have a timer on it. You can just boom, and it's there.
That would
and
be cool. I think I'm gonna go for something like that where I can change faces. Like, never.
And that also kind of explains how you seem to just disappear. You're not dimensioning. You just
they could be
around the,
and I could be walking past them and they wouldn't even know. And so whenever they try and catch me up, be like, I'm there. What do you mean?
That's a great idea. Holy shit.
So I would find the mechanic. Do you want it to be a rogue? Do you want it to be a ranger? Do you want it to be whatever you're a wizard? It could be anything with this build. And yeah, we can rough out the idea of what, when, how.
I like this. Oh, this is so good.
With magic being as readily as I'm making it, at least the low level stuff, illusions would be fine. If you actually physically wanted to change, now. But as long as your foundation and what you disguise into are relatively close, it would be fine. I would say it's even to the point where if somebody went to pat you on the head and you're playing a character with an illusion that you're 3 inches taller, it would still feel right. Type again, we can.
You're getting the physical illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Like one of the things for Andrea's Bard character, Bardic Inspiration is now a group spell. Everybody gets hit by it when she casts Bardic Inspiration.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Because small group. It's a simple power up that isn't too overpowered. With 2.5 people.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. You have 8 party members.
Yeah.
That
Now you have to play a halfway.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that would be funny.
Yeah. What?
Or halfling, or what's the other one? Gnome.
Goblin. It all work.
Yeah.
So
Short.
yeah, I would say pick what class you want to play. Do you want to blow shit up? Do you want to stab stuff? Whatever. And then think up 3 things: a short, a medium, and a long goal. You're out here, you're in this hypothetical, you're a demon. Why are you a demon out here? What's your why? What's the point? I mean, you got out of bed this morning, put your shoes on, went out the door. Why? What's the carrot? Short term would be something like, I want to meet a new friend. So that's not too hard to do. It's just a short term thing. It's got a defined, I made a friend. Cool. You succeeded on a short term goal. Midterm would be like, I want to find my father, whatever that looks like. And a long term goal could be something like, I want to rule the 3rd level of hell, which is where I come from. I want to be like the prince of that level of hell. Again, rolling with the demon thing. Does that mean that's what's going to happen? No, but that's what got you out of bed and out the front door this morning.
Right.
It's just saying what you want to be when you grow up.
Yep.
That's basically
What
what
in
Mark said.
5 years.
Yeah.
That's right. That's exactly what was that?
I said right.
Right. Cool. The whole whopping 8 o'clock, so we've been at this for 2 hours.
Yep. 2 hours.
And the first half hour was, hi guys. So
Yeah, pretty much.
We miss you.
We miss you guys
Yeah, I
so
know.
much. We talk about you all the time. We're like,
that's okay. I went and looked at a map of Tennessee the other day, and then went on Zillow and went, okay, what's out there and how much does Tennessee cost? So
oh my gosh, we did that too. We
we've
were
been
looking
looking,
at
yeah.
Tennessee, and we're like, oh, there's this much acreage, and Mark and Andrew said they might do it.
Yeah, we've already got a plan or like idea of if we can find land that at least has a small creek running through it, we can have reliable nonstop power through a small water wheel and gear reduction.
We also found out that we can have 6 people on VA loan.
Yeah, we can have up to 6 people on a VA loan together.
Wow.
So we could all, So I mean, yeah.
Look into. I want to say it's a screw turbine or a double helix turbine, water turbine. It doesn't require near the force of water and produces more electricity without all the complex gearing.
Ooh, okay.
If I can find it, I'll send it to you.
Sweet.
I know what I'm talking about. Can't come up with the term.
Yeah. If you can send me YouTube videos, that works better because I don't have TikTok and I can't watch TikTok videos anymore. It used to be I could just watch them; it would still play them.
You can send them to me, and I can show.
Oh yeah, you can send them to her. She has TikTok. So
I can.
Yeah, for some reason it will not let me play TikTok videos at all. If I hit play, it just takes me to try to download the app now.
That's weird.
Yeah,
but
okay. Weird.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll ship them to Jo, and she'll share the ones that she feels like are worth.
Yeah.
I've been sending you gardening shit, so.
Yeah, we both like that. We actually picked up a little gardening game on the Xbox that we can it's like kind of, just board played stuff, but Yeah, we can sit there and garden and plant stuff.
Our stuff's not ready yet, so we get excited on the
Yeah.
Oh, I can harvest my tomatoes today.
Yeah.
Funny.
It's an ASMR game. I dig it.
Right.
Mm.
We've actually got quite a few cherry tomatoes coming in. I've harvested 4 of our Cherokee purple tomatoes, and we tried one today, and oh man, it was good.
Send me some.
Yeah.
Brain, kind of like cherry tomatoes. There are pear tomatoes. They're
I have a small yellow pear tomato.
They are delectable.
And then we have sun sugars as well, which are yellow.
What
Yeah,
was
we've got quite a few
cucamelons?
varieties. Oh, what's that?
Cucamelons. They're
Cucamelons?
a cross between a cucumber and some sort of melon. They're about the size of a big grape. And the gardening community is raving about them because it's like a vining plant that is perennial. So you plant it and then keep harvesting it year after year after year. Too.
I want to find that. That sounds awesome.
And I learned about it from my local gardening guy. He went and visited somebody's farm, and the guy's like, "Ooh, try one of these." He's like, "What do I do?" He's like, "Oh, you just throw it in your mouth." And his eyes lit up. He's like, "Oh my!"
So is it sweet like fruit, or is it like melony or like a zucchini-ish or whatever?
The inside of it, I'll just send you the video. I don't know how else. I've got it in my gardening TikTok.
Oh man, that sounds cool.
They're bomb. But
he sent it to me and I was like, I want one.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, we've been keeping ourselves entertained, so it's all good. But cool. Can do.
Yeah.
What's
that?
I don't know what that was. That was just a random TikTok video because I was opening TikTok to try to find the cucamelons.
Those are the birds that cross the when you go across the bridge in a bar.
Oh,
that's
they're
why
so
the speed
cute.
limit's 25.
That's so cute.
You may have a second here, and I'll see if I can find it.
I got it.
Oh, did you find it?
And I know I have Joe. There she is.
I see her. She's right there.
Yeah,
She's on my screen. I see her.
I see her videos, so I know she's got it.
Mm-hmm. There. What?
What? Thumbelina watermelons?
Yeah.
They're adorable.
And from what I understand, they're pretty prolific. You don't get like 5 of them. You get lots. But
That looks awesome. We should totally get some of those.
Yeah. So they also get called cucamelons.
They look like the inside looks almost like a cucumber, like similar to that.
And the outside looks like a tiny watermelon.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Someone said they're called Mexican sour gherkins.
A gherkin
Gherkins are cucumbers.
Cucumber pickle, right?
Man, yeah, there's so many things that I can't wait to plant. Like I'm so excited.
Well, I will warn you, it's a trap sometimes because there's certain plants that don't play well with other plants, and if you get a variety of crazy.
And that's I've been making sure to do research into that to make sure I don't plant the wrong shit together because I want to make sure my stuff grows. So
yeah, that someone says it tastes like a sour cucumber.
A sour cucumber. Huh?
I heard tart, not sour. So
probably make pickles out of them, maybe.
That would be interesting.
As long as it's fleshy enough to put up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some things you try to make cucumbers out of, you just get mush. So
which we I've been noticing there's not really a whole lot of pollinator activity in the backyard. So we went to Lowe's the other day and bought some, flowers and some pots. So I did some big potted flowers. We went out there today and there was a butterfly flying around and landing on the honeydew flowers and landed on the potted flowers, and I was like, yes, it's working.
Look up mason bees, MASON, just like masonry, bricks, mason bees.
Are those the big black ones?
Little black ones. And they don't sting.
Oh yeah, I've seen these.
And making nests for them is real easy, but they're one of the best pollinators on the planet.
How do you get them?
There's a couple websites out there. There's a co-op of them that you get hooked into, that they'll send you like the starter kit, and then in the fall they give you instructions on how to harvest the mason bees, because they lay these little cocoons with babies in them.
Mm.
So you will harvest those and then send them like 75% of what you harvested, so you keep your portion, and then you send them some back so they restock, and it helps diversify the breeding stock, but they can send those out to other people.
Oh, that's cool.
But when most things pollinate, even like a honeybee will fly up to the flower and land and do its thing. Mason bees come in like their belly flopping. But they grab on while they get completely covered with the pollen. They eat what they want, then they go do it to the next flower. It looks like a fat kid falling down. It really does.
Into a giant bag of powdered donuts.
Yes, just face first. So
That's awesome.
They're phenomenal pollinators.
I'll have to look into those.
And they're completely non-aggressive. You can smash one in your hand and it won't sting you.
Yeah, so I just read it. Said although they do have stingers, they're not really aggressive, and the beekeepers for those don't even wear protective gear.
Nope.
Yep. Yeah, and it said if it do sting you, it's even less than a bee, like a normal bee sting, pain-wise. So that's not bad at all. That's awesome.
Okay, so I'm looking at these watermelon seeds. It says this watermelon is rich in vitamin C, potassium, and magnesium. The taste is as crisp as cucumber, with the sourness of lemon and the sweetness of watermelon.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Oh, I gotta get some of those. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I can't wait to have when we get our land. I'm dedicating 1 acre to a full garden. I'm doing a 1 acre plot for a ginormous, and I'm gonna do a giant cornfield on there, and we're gonna go all out and have a full on farm.
I saw a couple videos on the 5 crops I'll never grow again. Corn and potatoes were on it, because they're like,
corn is hard.
It's a pain
corn
in
is
the ass.
very hard. I'm finding that out with my
like
cornfield.
Well, part of the problem is it's an air pollinator, so if you don't have a large enough, they also recommend you plant corn in a cube or a square instead of a row. So they
that's what ours is in a square.
Right. And real often you have to go out there and kind of rattle them together if you don't have wind, because otherwise they just don't pollinate.
And we've been reading some stuff too that they've been kind of finding that because they say with tomato plants you want to give them 3 feet of space between each plant. And well, a lot of people are saying it's actually better to just throw seeds out and let the plants grow in bunches, because they help support each other. They grow into each other and they keep each other up.
It's better for the plant, not the fruit. It depends on whether you're growing a tomato plant or you're growing tomato fruit. If you want to harvest fruit, you want to space them, but 3 feet is way too far.
Yeah, and I don't have none of mine are that. Yeah, I think 18 inches is about the farthest I've got mine spaced.
And then just get them to grow up.
Yep, I think that's what I'm doing.
You do know with tomatoes that there are bush and vine and indeterminate.
Yep. Yeah, and we have indeterminate and determinate.
So the indeterminates, the best thing you do is keep chopping the tops out of them, making them grow sideways.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. As they grow up. So you get the main trunk, and then you get the 2 on either side. You come in here and pull him out and leave these 2. Now you have 2 shorter tops.
Okay.
Now I do the same thing to my weed plants. It's because tops are where you get, especially on a weed plant. But if you do that and it branches, now you have 1 root ball with 2 plants. Well, you can do that again and again. You long line trellis, where you can see guys, they plant like 6 inches apart, and it's 1 stalk straight up this string that's tied up there. I could send you videos. And it's like 2 tomatoes, 2 tomatoes, 2 tomatoes, 2 tomatoes. Every branch has 2 tomatoes on it, but it's just a long stringer of
Whoa.
ones at the bottom are ripe and the ones halfway up are yellow and the ones at the top are green. So you just harvest from it and just work your way up and work it.
Wow. Okay, that's cool.
You can industrial it on the cheap on tomatoes.
I'll definitely have to do some research into that. Then that sounds awesome, because that's one of my favorite, like fruit, vegetable, whatever. That's one of my favorites.
The other way is cattle panels are a really nice way to make a tomato cage tall enough to actually do the job, because the things they sell at the store and show.
What is it?
A cattle panel. It's the large, heavy gauge, like 6 by 6 holes cattle panel.
Okay, all right.
Big, heavy duty fencing.
I saw on, what was it? Yeah, it must have been YouTube, or maybe it was TikTok, but somebody did basically they did a trellis. They bent it down and over into the other side for their blackberries.
Yep. Well, if you take that and just stand it, now you have a wall.
Yeah.
It just climbs it like a trellis.
That's kind of what I did for our blackberry plant with a wooden one. Yeah. Okay. I want to. My goal is to make it obviously as easy for myself as possible, because the higher I can get things up to harvest, the better, and the less down I have to do. Awesome.
Grab your phone and go to your search engine and type in growagreenerworld.com.
There's no A in there? Growing a greener world?
Growagreenerworld.com.
Okay.
Growing a greener world. It'll pop up.
Growingaggreenerworld.com. Yeah, there we
go. with Joe Lample. Joe Lample is brilliant. All of his videos are available on his website.
Okay, yeah, TV episodes. Okay.
And it's
and he's got a canning and preserving blog.
He's got everything you need to know and then some. Some of it's great stories. Like there's this one episode, this NFL football player gave up football at the height of his career and went and bought a farm. But it's a great episode. I mean, it's beautiful. But he talks about things like I said, he makes his own tomato cages out of cattle panel because the ones in the store are garbage, and he got sick of it. So he's like, here's how to do it. So he spends 3 minutes of his show showing you how to make cattle panel tomato cages and how he uses them. He shows how he hooks up his drip irrigation. He keeps me from having to reinvent the wheel, is what he does for me.
That's awesome.
So, and he's a pleasure to listen to. He's a pleasant man. He's very knowledgeable. He likes to visit other people's gardens and be like, ooh. Or
that's how I am now. Like, I can't wait to go see somebody else's garden and just be like in heaven, be like, oh, I can't wait. Yeah, I actually found some you can get them at Lowe's and stuff. They're the modular tomato cages where they come with the spikes, and then you put the plastic braces in between, and you snap them on. So I've been using those, and they're working all right. They're definitely sturdier than I like them better than those stupid metal cages.
The hoop cages are absolute trash. Absolutely.
Yeah, I hate those.
But Joe's big issue, and he visited this one place, he looked at this lady's tomato wall and went, I'm stealing that idea. And she goes, you're welcome to it. She stole it from somebody else. But that's where she had, like I said, it was like a 16-foot cattle panel stood on end, one after another after another. She had like 30 of them.
And nothing for support? Like
there's support in there. Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
You can't just stand them.
I was saying, how the hell did they manage to stand them?
But at that point, she literally had a hedge wall of tomatoes, and there was so many tomatoes there, and nobody could ever eat them all.
That had to have been gorgeous, though, too.
Oh, it was stunning. And she said the best part about it is because it's two-dimensional, she can prune from both sides, harvest from both sides.
That is a great idea.
She had her plants thinned to where the bottom almost 1.5 foot was completely bare stalk, so there's no like
Mm.
mildew. There's
No
the
risk
bugs-
of, yeah.
the bugs
Oh.
don't run up it because it's too far.
Oh, that's
Again,
awesome.
I didn't have to reinvent the wheel. Just sit down and go down a rabbit hole of watching Grow a Greener World, and your gardening will take a leap. I mean,
So-
leap forward.
So that would only really be possible in a climate though, like down here where it's warm year round, right? And that wouldn't be something where Tennessee, where you get a winter.
Well, no, I mean you still do it in Tennessee because tomatoes care about light hours. Anything less than 12 hours, you're not going to get any fruit, and if it freezes, they're going to croak. But so what? We deal with annual tomatoes up here anyways.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. We couldn't do a hedge wall of tomatoes in that sort of climate.
Absolutely can. It's just every year you get a new hedgerow by planting new plants that start out 6 inches tall and end up 16 feet tall.
Okay.
And I can absolutely attest that given an opportunity, a tomato plant that is indeterminate will grow 16 feet tall.
That's what I read, is they can get extremely tall with the right care.
Uh-huh. And she's like, because she's selling these things at her farmer's market. She's producing
And that's what I would like to do, is get to the point where we have enough surplus to sell at a farmer's market for people to have.
Or just a roadside stand. There's honor box
Right.
roadside stands that do amazing. And as long as it's making the money, people keep restocking it. So it works. I've heard of systems like that where you put it out and then you update an online thing that says, I put this out, it's there until you guys come get it, type thing. So people can check a website and be like, or they can go to your site and be like, oh,
Facebook, whatever. Yeah.
he's got this out, I better get over there.
That's a
And
good idea.
it just, maybe you made $40 today, but that covers the water bill.
It's still $40. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Well, and we were talking too, because I've been seeing, like, there's a couple of videos I saw. You can dig your own well. You get those cement, the round cement.
culvert.
Yep. And then you dig a little trench the same size, and then you just keep digging around, and it slowly sinks down.
Have you not seen the one in our front yard?
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's what we were talking. It's like, well, shit, we might just dig our own well, as long as we're not going, 150 feet or something crazy.
Step one, call 811, make sure there's nothing there.
Yeah.
You don't want to dig through something. And step two, be patient with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Know your local geography.
If we're doing it ourselves, why do we need it done super fast? We can take our time with it and get it done.
And in an ideal world, you make friends with who's referred to as a dowser or a water witch. I have one. It's a real thing. I can tell you if there's water under my feet.
How the hell do you do that?
It's called dowsing. It's a thing. When we did my mom's property out in Maple Valley, my grandmother, me, my uncle, and my mother, my grandmother, my uncle, and me all dowsed it and figured out exactly where the well got punched. We told the well driller it was 156 feet down there. He would get 18 gallons per minute out of that well standard, and it would be drinkable. And he dug that hole and he hit water at 154 feet, went 2 more feet, found constant flow at 18 gallons per minute, and it tested drinkable.
What?
It's called dowsing or water witching. It's an honest to God.
Look it up, Mike. It works.
It's magic.
Okay.
It's real life, honest to God, honest world magic. They have tested people. They're like, oh yeah, I can find water anywhere. So they take them out to the salt flats where the nearest water's like a mile straight down. And they drill 1,000 holes down, let's say 10 feet. I don't remember how deep they were. And each hole gets a mason jar put into it. A half a dozen of those have water. The rest are empty. And a water witch will tell you which of those 6 holes have water in them. Going to take time. He's going to have to go to every hole one at a time and douse it, but he will tell you accurately which 6 holes have water in them.
Wow. Okay, I'll have to look into that.
I've heard rumors that there are gold dowsers out there that can do it and find gold. I've never seen it done.
Damn.
Yeah,
That would be lucrative.
Sign my ass up.
Yeah, no kidding.
No, but when the well guy came out, we told him we doused it. He goes, "You're sure?" Because I have my own dowser on speed dial. We can get him out here. I said, "No, we're sure." He goes, "Okay, it's your hole." And he started drilling and hit it exactly where it was supposed to. And we
Damn,
just kind of looked at him and shrugged. I mean,
that's crazy. Well, I guess when we find property, we'll have you come on out.
the plane ticket might be affordable at that point, right? Because
Well,
you don't want to dig a hole and hit nothing.
and I mean, if we're all talking about living on some land together, maybe it'd be a good opportunity. We can all,
Right.
but yeah, that's
But
kind
yeah.
of the goal. Is we'll have running water, some sort of creek or something on the property, and then if we don't have that or whatever, we'll have a well too, probably. But basically, make it so we don't have to rely on government utilities.
Yeah. Well, in most places, if you dig down 15 to 20 feet, you'll get some water, but it's not drinkable. You have to use it for gardening or whatever. But that's cool too.
Right.
And water capture system. Most states allow you to capture water as long as you only use it to garden type thing.
Or like livestock or whatever. Exactly. Yeah. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. That's when I had that little animal house I built, we were gonna do a water collection on the back for the chickens and the rabbits and everything. But
Totally.
so, oh yeah, we've got lots and lots of plans. That's for sure.
And I know how to make a solar still, so you can take any water and turn it into drinkable water. That's easy. All you have to do is wait for the sun to come out.
Don't you put it in you just put it in a clear like container, right? Plastic.
Well, of some nature.
Yeah.
I've seen really amazing ones. It's a 4x8 sheet size piece of plywood with a glass lid that's set at an angle, so as it evaporation condenses, it runs down into a gutter and collects. So you can do like
That's a good idea.
500 gallons a week or something. I mean, it was
Damn.
and that's with moderate sunlight, not even full crazy sun or whatever.
That's a really good idea.
But
yeah, I can't wait.
Oh, that's them right there.
What?
Seeds. I sent a link.
Oh, snap.
The first one I sent didn't have great reviews, but the second one I sent does.
65 seeds. Sour. You can get 130, 325.
Okay. That's awesome.
you might want to double check me on the annual or perennial thing, because I'm pretty sure it was a vining perennial that just stays and then it fruits every year, but I could be wrong.
That's what some of the comments were saying.
Maybe
I think
maybe
it's
it's
like-
like tomatoes.
Climate based.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. That would make sense. But
Right.
yeah, they're supposed to be worth every ounce of effort you put into them. There's a few other ones he talks about in some of his episodes, like persimmons. Good luck finding a persimmon in a store, but they're divine.
Yeah, there's some people on the Florida page, or Florida gardening page that I joined that have persimmons.
And pawpaw fruit is another one. He's like, everybody
That's a
loves
big, yep.
it. Yep.
That's a big one down here too. Yep.
Yeah.
Never even heard of it.
Yep.
But yeah, I guess those are more common, like way down south here.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah,
But hell, you guys can get away with like citrus where you're at. So
yeah. I mean, right here, it does get down into freezing. Like it'll get down into the 20 times, but it's not a very long period. And that's where I think even if like tomatoes and stuff, I think, because if the root base and stuff doesn't die off completely, it would technically grow back, wouldn't it?
depends on the plant.
Yeah.
Some plants are cold hardy that they'll do exactly that. Some of them are like, you freeze my top off. This isn't a good place to live. Fuck off. Trust me, a plant will tell you to go fuck yourself.
Oh
it
yeah.
will tell you loud. It will tell you proud. Go fuck yourself. So
yeah, definitely found that.
And it took me a long time to not take that personal, because I'm like, God damn it, I swear I know what I'm doing.
Plants are there. Gardening is not it's not easy. Like if it was easy, everybody'd do it.
People look at farming a lot like people look at housewives, and they think all they do is sit around and watch soap operas and do not. No, that's a full-time fucking job.
Yeah, it's hard.
So's farming. It's That's why they make so many amazing contraptions and gizmos and tractors and tools, and it's
Yeah.
to try to take the burden off that. Oh my God.
It's
No.
tough.
Yeah.
Well, you know, especially because we plan on having cows and goats and chickens and turkeys and rabbits.
Not
and,
too many
and-
cows.
Yeah, no,
I'm
and
not having
no, you know, a couple.
Depends on whether you want to sell beef, because one cow's enough if you just want it for you.
We're looking at doing like a breeding pair and have, you know, that way we can have milk and you know, we're thinking we wanted to do, what was it, the jerseys?
Uh,
I think they
Those are
were
expensive.
jerseys or something,
I
or
thought we were just
Jerseys, Holsteins, Angus.
there was
There's a few
another one. It was the
categories out there.
the fuzzy ones, the real furry
yeah, I
ones.
think those are the jerseys,
Is that
right?
the
Highland?
jerseys?
They could,
Highlands,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, Highlands. Yeah, so we wanted to do, I think, like a pair of jerseys and a pair of Highlands.
so just
Wait,
4.
what?
Well, yeah, no, just 4.
Just
That's it.
4.
Just 4. But they're also going to get a huge pasture.
Well, that
to
number
themselves.
already went up because I thought we were only having 2.
See,
But
yeah,
See, one's a milk cow and one's a you know, meat cow.
Yeah, but you can get what are the ducks? Get the ducks for the meat.
That's true. Okay,
The-
we'll go with the
the-
Muscovy ducks.
Yeah,
instead.
Muscovy. They sell
All right,
them
so
at
we'll just-
restaurants as steaks, so people can't tell the damn difference. If anything, they're
It-
better.
and as far as protein like that goes, the smaller the animal, the better off you are. Just kind of a rule of thumb. Kind of like fish in that department. When an animal is big, it has time to have issues start happening. Whereas if
Right.
you can raise a rabbit, a chicken, a duck, or something, and it's only around for a few months tops, you don't have disease, you don't have pests, you don't have mites, you don't
Right.
have vet bills. It's the vet bills that add up. The bigger the
vet-
animal, the bigger the vet bill. So
Mhm. Oh
that's
yeah,
why people that have horses, I just shake my head. Really? Wow. Okay.
yeah. Those are definitely expensive.
Yep. Oh yeah.
But yeah, we plan on having all of that, plus, you know, huge garden, and so any hack or thing that we can do to make it easier, that's definitely a win.
That's why I recommend the Grow a Greener World and the Back to Reality YouTube series. Those two are my absolute gold for make my life a whole lot fucking easier in the garden, because
Yeah.
they get great results with minimal work. And Back to Reality is the one that really is, I don't want to bust my ass out there. I'm going to experiment. I'm going to put my first garden in, and I'm going to do this bed this way, this bed this way, this bed this way. And he does 6 different ways, plants all the same shit, and goes, okay, who's going to win the race? Which one took the least amount of work and yielded the maximum amount over the whole season?
Nice.
And then that just became his method. But he shares it with you the whole time. He's got this butter for a voice. I could listen to that man talk all day. This mild-mannered Grizzly Adams looking dude. Him and his wife are out there. There's one episode that cracked me up though, because she's down there doing her thing gardening and looks over and he's got his metal detector out going along the garden behind him. And she's like, and he holds up in his hand, his wedding ring's gone. He finds spoilers, he finds it, but
Nice.
yeah, as he's like, never gardened with a metal detector before, but come along with me. Here we go.
That's awesome.
He does experiments on how to do things like kill quackgrass because he's struggling with quackgrass, trying to take over his whole garden. What can I do to kill quackgrass that'll actually be effective? Because it's a rhizome. It grows under the ground and then pops up everywhere.
Yep.
And if you rototill that ground, now you just made more quackgrass because every rhizome is a new plant. And so he doesn't till anything. First of all, his whole method is zero till.
Oh, yeah,
He does
no
not
till.
dig shit up. And he uses things like, he loves his mulch. He gets mulch for free anywhere and everywhere he goes. They're constantly, this mulch stuff's great because next year he just rolls out more mulch and his raised beds just pile up and he grows in the top, and it's, you open up his raised beds and it's black gold in there. You look at that dirt and it's like, oh god, that's heaven.
See, that's
The
like,
plants just go
and that's another like prerequisite for the land that we're gonna, you know, look for, is that it's gotta have at least a good portion of the land's got to be heavily wooded. Like that way we can go in and take down the trees that we want. We can use the trees. I mean, it's nothing but a win to have more trees on your land.
Until the wind blows.
Right. And well, and yeah, and when we do our house and stuff, we're going to make sure that we have a clearing where there is not a single tree that will be able to land in or around the house, or
kind of like the D&D campaign. It's got
Yeah.
a buffer zone.
Exactly. Yeah. We've been watching, we were watching that on, was it Hulu, Homestead Rescue. So we learned a lot of stuff on there that was kind of,
Don't
decent.
Let them be a resource for ideas, not answers. I would
No,
say
yeah.
you hear them say, oh, just do this. Go watch a few more YouTube videos than that.
Yeah, no, we definitely took their stuff for face value, because there was a lot of things that was like, I don't think so.
Fencing. They're fencing for the animals, and it's like, wait, you're trying to take or make that so bears don't get in, when it's just like easy, like just
oh yeah, it was chicken wire. They were using chicken wire for stuff, and it's like, chicken wire is not going to stand up to a single damn predator. That stuff is junk.
Small black bear, maybe they got bored.
Yeah, no kidding. But
so
yeah, we do a lot. They have there's good ideas, definitely good ideas. A lot of the execution, and I mean, obviously it's with the person's budget.
Yeah, I see too much duct tape and chicken wire used, I think, is exactly where my issue is. You might have nailed that, because they half-ass it, in my opinion.
But they do have good ideas. I will give them that. So
it's all great intentions.
And that's what we're realistically trying to do, is take information and ideas from everywhere and kind of mold it into something that will work for, what we're doing. Yeah. What we want to do.
It's exactly how I roll. It's so much easier to let somebody else do the hard lifting and the expensive investing. I just take the cream of the crop. Thank you very much.
Exactly.
Economically wise, it's just the only smart way to roll, really, and it definitely lessens the stress level.
Yeah.
Well, that's proof of concept before you get there.
Right. And that's why we we want to have a bunch of trees and stuff. That way I can mill my own lumber. They make those chainsaw mills where you can, or planers where you can go and plane your own, boards and stuff. I want to make my.
It's not that much more to buy an actual lumber mill than it is to try to rig up one of those chainsaw things. The chainsaw thing will set you back about $1,000 from start to finish. The lumber mill will only set you back twice that. So,
no kidding.
No kidding.
Oh shit.
If nothing else, Harbor Freight, every once in a while they post their big green one that's got great reviews on it for $1,700. The only thing they say is when you get it and assemble it, throw their blade away and buy a good one. But other than that, it's an absolute monster, and it will run. It's like a little engine that could.
I found a lot of the Harbor Freight stuff is like that. The stuff that maybe comes with is not the greatest, but if you upgrade a couple little things, it'll last you, and it's not bad.
That's right.
So
I've got a mini lathe that sits on a desktop that I got from Harbor Freight, and I use the snot out of that thing, and it just keeps on humming.
That's awesome.
It reminds me of like a '56 Ford pickup truck. There's no bells, there's no whistles. It's not comfortable, but boy, she's gonna start, she's gonna run,
and it gets the job done.
That's right. She's a little noisy sometimes. That happens. Usually that's because it just needs lubricated or something. Like,
lube always goes.
Little lube goes a long way. So yeah. In most things, as Andrea says.
Yeah, no kidding.
But no, absolutely. But yeah, best gold I can give you is those two websites. Back to Reality on YouTube.
I think I've seen at least one or two of their videos before. They sound familiar.
It's a two-step, because they start out as a guy, a girl, in a camper van. So they were just road tripping and kind of vlogging the whole thing and being cool. And then they tell the story about how their piece of property ended up as their piece of property. And it's a beautiful episode. It's a beautiful story. And then you start watching them. One of his basic experiments is he plants a shit ton of garlic 6 different ways. Well, after that, he's like, now what do I do with this? I've got well, here's how we braid them, and here's how we dry them and make granulated garlic that can go in the shaker on the counter for seasoning food, and here's how we harvest the scapes on them when they're trying to go to flour, and those go into our stir fries because they taste just like mild garlic. I'm like, you can harvest those and eat them. Cool.
That's awesome.
Yada yada yada. How to know when to harvest your garlic, when to plant next year's garlic if you're going to move it, because you plant garlic in November, it has to winter over in place in the ground or it won't grow next season.
Oh, really?
Yeah, exactly. See, I didn't know that either. I would have been really confused, but they're like, oh yeah, you have to plant it in like October, November.
So what about for climates like down here where there's not as much of a winter and there's not?
There's still a shift. You go from stupid hot to only kind of hot, and then stupid hot again. Some of
Because
it's
I have
moisture.
I just
You
had
get
some
more
garlic
rain.
out from the store the other day that was starting to sprout and go, and so I just threw it out in the ground the other day.
Yep. And it'll grow, and you'll get the equivalent, a garlic's equivalent of a green onion, because onions do the same thing. They're a 2-year crop. You plant
Really?
You plant onions this year, you get green onions this year. You pick those, you store them over the winter, and in the spring you have those little starts that you can buy from the store, but you made your own. You plant that, and it turns into an onion. It takes 2 years if you start from seed, but that's why they sell onion starts, and you just shove those in the ground. They're the size of your thumb,
Right.
and you shove them in, and those turn into full-on onions.
Yep. See, I didn't know that.
Go down a rabbit hole, dude. I'm serious. Dedicate. Just Grower Greener World is longer but better info, and you could probably skip through some of his just chitty chatties or visities,
Right.
For the meat and potatoes of them. Back to reality though, they're YouTube videos. They're like 5-6 minutes, 8-10 minutes, and you can burn through a lot of them. And if you can find one where somebody's compilated them from start to finish, but skips the guy, a girl, in the camper van half of it.
Yeah.
The new half is what you want. Now that they have their piece of property in their farmstead, and it's like I said, I can listen to that man talk all day. I'm in love with his voice, if you can't tell.
That's whose voice was it that I had like? Or no, it was there's a what are they called? It's a
Blow up dolls.
no, not.
Okay. I mean, if you leave me to fill in the blank,
it's a band. They do. She does covers of stuff, but they do like basically like 1920s style singing. I'm trying to think. It's on. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It's so good.
Like big band and
Share.
Like
I was trying to say, share a link with us in the chat.
that's what I'm gonna do. I have to remember what they're called though.
If you come across it.
What's the? Dang it! I can't think of even the song that they sing that I really like.
Itsy bitsy spider.
It's from the White Stripes. It's a really popular song from the White Stripes.
I don't recognize the name The White Stripes, so I'm feeling a little unplugged.
You don't know the band The White Stripes?
Not by band title, but I have a hard time recognizing any band by,
Seven
Nation.
There we go.
Okay, what?
Seven Nation Army.
Okay, sounds cool.
Here we go. It's okay. Postmodern Jukebox. Here we go. Her voice is like, oh my gosh, if I could have her sing to me every night before bed.
It's just croon you to sleep, right?
Yeah, it would be fantastic. Like the voice, it's like that old 1920s kind of like raspy, but like it's
almost
beautiful.
vaudeville.
Here we go. Here comes a link.
Like I saw something the other day, apparently on your hockey puck of choice, whether that's Alexa, Siri, or whatever, you can now have Scarlett Johansson's voice as one of the voice options. And somebody's response to that was, who'd want to put up with that voice without the body attached to it? It's like, ouch.
I don't actually mind her voice too much, to be honest.
I find it raspy. I do. I know where this dude's coming from. She's
It
got
does
a
have
bit
a
of
little
an
bit.
edge to it that just.
I kind of like that though. I don't know. There's something about it I like.
Hey, different strokes for different folks. It's all cool.
Right. That's right. Yeah, then I think that's maybe why I like the voice of the one that I just sent so much, because it does have, she has that kind of like old 1920s-ish raspy kind of, it's just
Speaking of that era, what was that hotel thing we watched the other night, hon, that we sent the link to them and they thought it was furries?
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. What's that off of? Is it Hulu?
We got to get my wife up to speed here.
I think she's listening to the song.
Oh, she's on mute now. Okay.
Yeah, I was listening to the song. What?
The animated show where it's the devil and they thought it was furries and we sent them a link.
Has Been Hotel.
Has Been Hotel.
On Hulu?
Is it? She was trying to ask where.
I think it was on Prime.
Prime.
Okay.
Oh my God. You guys
It is
are gonna,
so good. You guys will die.
don't let the kids in the room.
Okay.
Do not let it's gruesome, it's hilarious, it's crude, it's lewd, but the artwork and the story are solid.
Wow.
Think the TV show Lucifer was on Netflix.
Yeah.
Animated and a little slapstick and
Okay, now I have a perfect description for this.
Okay.
Lucifer meets Powerpuff Girls.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Nope, she nailed it.
That's
Oh my
awesome.
gosh.
So almost kind of like ish when they had the cartoony episode of Lucifer.
One of the characters in there so reminds me of him from Powerpuff Girls. Just nails it.
Yep.
That's funny.
Oh, it's stunning.
We'll have to check it out.
It's a rabbit hole to just, and you're gonna want to, once you start them, make sure you got a minute, because
It's only like 8 or 10 episodes. It's not.
Oh, that's not very long. Are they?
No.
What are they? 20 minutes or whatever?
But you're.
no, they're hour.
Oh, they're.
But you're
hour?
gonna want to binge them.
You're gonna want to binge them. We stopped at 5 or something, and by the time we got back to it the next day, we're like, sit the fuck down, I'm turning it on.
We get like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
How Joe is if we get onto something new, she's like, we're watching it. Oh, okay.
And we both know in our heart of hearts, if we were to dare watch Up ahead, there might be a murder in the house.
Yeah.
It could get ugly.
Yeah, that's how we are with a few of ours.
Real fast.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if there's an if you guys like anime or or looking for a new anime, there's a D&D. It's D&D inspired. I don't know if it's actually like a D&D story that was made into an anime, kind of like Vox Machina or what, but it's called Goblin Slayer. It's pretty good.
What's it on?
We have it on. Well, we watched it on Crunchyroll.
Okay.
I don't know if it's on anything else. I haven't looked, but yeah, that's a pretty good one. It's gruesome.
If you want to watch a goofy one that I find really fascinating, and you have Netflix, you can watch Delicious in Dungeon.
We've been watching that one. Yeah,
it tickles my heart in such beautiful ways.
It's entertaining.
That man role plays on his stomach. It's
Honestly, it reminds me of our first campaign. Anything we kill, we're like, can we eat this?
Yeah.
Wonder what that tastes like.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then they meet new people and they're like, you eat what? And then they convince them to eat it and they're like, oh my God.
Yeah, so far my favorite is the gold coins that were bugs and all that. I was like, that's genius.
Do you guys have
without? Okay, what?
Do you guys have Crunchyroll?
We have access to Crunchyroll.
I was saying, you don't have the like premium version we do, so we can share it with you.
Gotcha. Yeah, we have access to it through HBO, so I don't know
what level
of access that is, but it's in there still. That's
Sweet.
half the reason we have HBO, because we love our good anime. So
see, we have HBO through Max now. We have that through AT&T.
Mm-hmm.
We get it through our plan. So I wonder, if you go
look it up on HBO, yeah.
All I do is go down. I move left and then go down the list to one of the other. It's way down the subcategory list, or maybe it's under my stuff.
Because if we don't have to pay for Crunchyroll, if we can get it through Max, we don't have to pay for Crunchyroll. That's a less
No
subscription.
kidding.
Okay,
Especially
so
with them
go down to the
raising
left and
everything.
then go to my stuff.
I think it's my stuff. They've rearranged stuff recently, or maybe it's the
Just do
top
search for Crunchyroll. It'll find it.
There you go. Because it's HBO Max, Crunchyroll, I want to say Toonami, and God, there's another one that I'm not remembering.
See, mine's just
Yours isn't finding it. Okay,
no.
let
Ours
me-
is like the
Wait, what?
Max app.
Is it maybe in settings? Get that like
So
add
because
it
if
to settings.
Hold on, I'm going to ours.
Yeah, she's got our remote.
is yours through the Max?
It's through our phone service. Dang.
Who do you guys have?
No, I got it through we use YouTube TV instead of satellite now, instead of cable. So
just
I
stream
added
everything.
Max to our YouTube TV.
Gotcha.
Oh, so maybe that's
Since
part
ours
of
is
it.
through AT&T, it might be different.
Yeah, because our subscription is ad free monthly. That's all.
Hold on, I'm trying to.
Billed through AT&T. Yeah, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, you might have an abbreviated version. I'm not sure. She's
Oh, I mean, we get everything HBO, so we're cool with it because we like HBO. That's actually why we haven't changed our AT&T plan because it's.
I discovered a fun little game the other day on HBO that if I needed a movie where everything blows up or everything dies. It needed to be destruction. So I went and found a movie that I'd seen that I know I like. And then I went down to Others Like This. And I went and found something closer to what I was looking for, but not quite. And went to Others Like This on that. So I'm down at layers now.
Yeah.
I got into some deep dive, dark room, back weird. I was finding stuff that was like antique stuff I remember from when I was 10.
Nice.
Stuff like the movie Short Circuit with Johnny Five. He's the robot on the tank treads that runs around. He got zapped by lightning. You may have never even seen it.
I know it doesn't sound familiar.
See, it might be before your time. So I was finding all kinds of cool war games with Matthew Broderick, which was one of his very first roles. Oh my God, it was great.
Dang.
Are we sure it was on HBO?
I'm for sure it was HBO, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong once or twice before.
Oh, you should have it back. Sorry.
There you go.
Oh
Oh wait, are we on?
no, it's HBO.
Let me see if I can find that one that they were talking about.
Oh, I was right there on the list.
Well, I'm already.
Goofy gooey.
Yeah.
What we like to refer to as "oops, all gone."
HAZ.
Yeah.
Hey, look right there.
What?
It's already on the result thing. Oh, hey, look right there.
Halo.
Halo's awesome.
Love it.
No, you guys got to watch Husband Hotel. It's just too fucking funny.
Yeah, she's got it pulled up right here.
Nice.
That does look like, yeah, that definitely looks like the art style of Powerpuff
It
Girls.
definitely looks like R-rated and not for kids.
Not for kids at all. There's death. We're talking brutal.
One of the
That's how
characters.
Goblin Slayer.
One of the characters is a straight up porn star. So I mean, just
Nice.
Yeah, Lucifer's daughter's just a straight up skank porn star, and they constantly
No,
give her.
it's not
No?
Lucifer's daughter.
Oh, okay. I have to go rewatch it.
We'll have to watch it. Yeah.
We
I see people do cosplays of some of these. I remember seeing that.
On
Yeah.
TikTok, they do makeup, and that song they play is like the theme song from the show. Which talking about vaudeville and stuff reminded me of.
Have you heard the TikTok ones where they're quoting the oh god,
Oh God.
the rules of sex? Like,
think so.
okay, I gotta send you another TikTok
Oh,
video.
I know what she's talking about. Okay, what are the rules? It's something like chains, whips, chips, dips, blah 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 blah. So just look it up. It's epic.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one yet. I've seen like glimpses here and there of like people reacting to certain episodes and stuff. So I'd watched it a little bit, but I didn't see like the full on episodes.
Yeah, they're so.
I know
wicked.
people really like the one that kind of looks like a cat. It's played by a dude. He has like red eyebrows, a
And a
bow.
monocle. And he's got like a monocle.
No, he has like a little
No?
hat on, a black hat. He has a tail, furry tail. I think he has red wings, red and black wings.
Kind of ringing a bell. They said I just gotta go watch it again.
Okay, Joe, I just sent it to you on TikTok.
Wee. Oh my gosh. You know, I think I've seen this once and I thought it was from that one show on Netflix. What's it called? It's about it's like a cartoon version, it's them going through puberty or something like that.
Oh, Big Mouth.
Big- Or big, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
Gotcha.
that's
No, it's a quote from Husband Hotel.
This is
okay.
so much more highbrow than Big Mouth. Big Mouth is stupid kid humor. This is very, very cerebral humor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure we'll like it then.
Yeah, it's wrong in all the best ways possible. That's all I can say.
Awesome. And they only have one season?
So far, if it doesn't pick up a second, I'm gonna cry a little bit because it's bitching. Where they can go with the story, I have no idea.
I know that's one thing that I hate is when there's really good seasons of something and then they cut it off because it didn't make enough money, but something stupid makes plenty of money and they continue with like 20 seasons. I'm like, what?
That is the measure of the society consuming a product. Dumb people like dumb shit.
Hey, I'm dumb people and I like good shit, okay?
You're not dumb people. You're just lowbrow, and there's nothing wrong with lowbrow. You don't want fancy. You don't need pearls and champagne. You're good with blue jeans and beer. It's all good.
True that.
Doesn't make you any less intelligent. I find your intelligence quite admirable. So
It goes up there from time to time, and then my
It-
brain's like, okay, you've had enough.
it makes appearances like your D&D character.
So
Here I
then
am.
everything starts spinning, and it's okay.
Yeah,
It's
sometimes
fine.
the hamster wakes up and does a couple laps. I got you.
Okay, I'll definitely. do this.
Okay, it's in Hulu. Crunchyroll is in Hulu.
Okay. Good hunting.
Oh, and Hulu's connected to Disney Plus too.
Yes.
It is.
Going through change. Take a moment. Okay. You just look it up.
Yeah, I did. Or in Hulu, I think what did I go to? My stuff, and then on the right hand side across the top,
It's
the
right
last one says networks.
Wait, it's included?
in
Are
Hulu.
you fucking kidding me? We've been paying for Crunchyroll for a while
All
too.
of like everything from Crunchyroll's on here.
We don't know. I was going to say you might want to go look up your specific show and see if it exists there, and then decide whether if you're paying for a subscription, is it commercial free? Because I'll just about bet you Hulu is going to give you
Wait.
commercials.
What's the show called, Mike?
Demon Slayer.
No, Goblin Slayer.
Oh,
But Demon Slayer is also a really, really good one if you guys
I
want
do
to watch.
know about Demon Slayer. That's a bit.
Fucking awesome.
The story could be a little better, but it's good. I love the art.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know the art.
I fully admit I've watched awful anime because it was drawn well.
so how
So-
do you search?
Should be a spyglass somewhere now.
What if you just
I'm
go
not
back?
seeing a spyglass either.
Search like Goblin Slayer.
Oh, just right here.
Maybe.
I don't have to be in the.
I don't
Crunchyroll?
know. That's a good question.
I don't think you have to. I saved a whole bunch of them not from Crunchyroll.
Okay.
And I do know if you're just in the basic Hulu screen, you type in one I look up a lot is Battlestar Galactica, the one with Katie Sackhoff in it. And it'll tell me everywhere that I can go buy, rent, or watch for free Battlestar Galactica. And then I just go to that site if I have it.
Don't see it.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's popping up on there.
Okay. So it might be something content that you have access to that the free one doesn't.
Yeah, they have Aniplex Funimation.
Yeah, Aniplex. That's the other one I was trying to remember. Along with Fun.
That's who does Sword Art Online.
Sentai Filmora.
Toonami.
Wait, it's a D&D. No. Chainsaw Man. That was an interesting one.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
different.
seeing Goblin Slayer.
Demon Slayer.
They have Demon Slayer.
But do they have the new season? Because it's only going on Crunchyroll right now.
Mm.
Well, they only have season 1.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, it definitely doesn't have
Whoa.
everything.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So yeah.
So yeah,
there
if you
go.
guys wanna borrow our login stuff for
Wait.
Demon Slayer, I can share it with you.
Wait, no, that's not.
Sounds doable. I think we have stuff here we could reciprocate with. I'm not sure how many shares we have available on what, but
Oh no, that's Mugen Train. That's
Oh,
what that
they
is.
do have them. The seasons are just not all in one. You have to look for them.
make you put work in.
Or,
First
yeah,
off.
movies.
Oh. That's season 1. And then the other one was
Yeah.
season 2, and the other one's season 3. Or yeah.
So
Well,
each
yeah,
season has
one's a
its own thumbnail instead of one
Yeah.
thumbnail, and it says 1, 2.
That's
and 3.
what it looks like.
Oh,
Yeah.
but it won't have the new seasons. Crunchyroll for sure is the only one that has the new seasons so far.
Gotcha.
But that's so cool though. That's good to
That was-
know.
That's a cool magic trick, Mike.
Turn my water blue.
Yeah, it's just abracadabra.
That's right. Ha!
Didn't even say any magic words. It just happened.
Oh.
No, there's no magic words involved
So
with
it's
this one.
not under Crunchyroll. It's under Aniplex.
What one?
Oh, there's sort of. Look at all of them. It's
What's
beautiful.
under Aniplex?
Oh, Demon Slayer.
But we're still looking for Goblin Slayer.
Yeah, I don't know what that one's.
That's
on.
cool.
But yeah, Sword Art Online is another really cool one.
Yeah,
We've watched that.
the second one, the one where they're like bird people, got a little weird.
Oh, the elf one. That's that was
They had to go rescue them from a bird cage or something. I'm like, okay,
Alfheim Online.
okay. I knew it was something like that.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
she was still in the game, and then the dictator dude
Yeah,
kept
she
her in a
was-
cage,
she
so
was
she
trapped,
couldn't
yeah.
escape
Right.
the game.
And in that iteration, if you died in the game, you died in real life, and you couldn't log out. And so out in the real world, they were like plugging people in like cute vegetables in a convalescent home, and
Mm-hmm.
somebody's got an addiction. But I guess once you're in, you're kind of stuck.
Did you watch all of Sword Art Online? Because there's like what
shit.
5? Yeah, there's like 5 or 4 different seasons.
They're
and then
still
there's
releasing
they're still
movies.
doing new movies.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the newest stuff. Last time I watched it was probably 3 or 4 years ago. So
Yeah, it's not like new stuff. It's
yeah.
more of like
It's going back and expanding on the original story.
Yeah. Like what they were doing first before they got into the game, and then when they first joined the game.
What the industry likes to call a money grab.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
basically.
We're gonna rip off the name of this and get people to come see it, even though it's mediocre.
See, we watched Sword Art Online and Sword Art Online 2. But
So then they have Sword Art Online Alicization, and then they have Sword Art Online War of the Underworld.
That one's crazy.
And
and
they
Sword Art Online Alternative something.
those are the movies, yeah.
Gotcha.
They have, or no, sorry. The alternative is Gun Gale Online.
Oh yeah.
And then they have the movies, which there's Ordinal Scale. And then there's Aria of a Starry Night or something like that. And then there's
But don't worry, I won't
another
remember.
one that just came out. There's supposed to be a new actual season coming out too, and I think they're supposed to be going into space. So it's going to get all sorts of crazy.
Because why not? At some point, you gotta jump the shark.
But that was like the first anime that Joe got me into.
Oh god, I was cracking up the other day because I went hunting for a new series to watch and came across what looked like a very Canadian produced TV show called The Last Ship, and it was hilarious because 3 episodes in, they jumped the shark every episode, and I was laughing so hard. And Andrew's like, "What's so funny?" I'm like, "Oh god, they're going to get to season 3 and they're going to run out of plot hooks because they're using them all so fast." It's like they burned through every cliche, and I got to season 4, and I'm usually a huge advocate of finishing what I started like that. I got 2 episodes into season 4 and went, I can't. There's nothing left. The storyline was so blown. All of a sudden the episode starts and they're like secret agents all of a sudden, and they're sneaking in on an espionage mission, but there's no governments left to have espionage on, but somehow they found them, and I'm like, oh shit.
Oh my, that's bad.
No, you're reaching.
But I've seen enough of it. I saw all the signs coming. I saw it, and I'm like, oh my god, just whoever wrote this has no patience.
There was one anime movie that we watched, and I think it was on Netflix or something, but it's about a deaf girl.
Oh my
And-
goodness. It was it was on Netflix, and it
man.
was so like that was so good. It was
I don't know what it's called.
we'll go to Netflix. It might be
I
on there.
really,
But anyway, it was like
it's tear
there's like this girl, and she's deaf, and then she starts
She
at the
gets
school,
bullied.
and this kid bullies her, and she almost
And
kills
it's an
herself.
anime?
Yeah. It's a movie. It's not a series. It's just a movie.
Oh,
But yeah, she like almost kills herself, and then he's like, it's
grows
so
up
good. Yeah,
and
he like
heals.
grows
Is it in the
up.
new, is it-
I don't
newly released?
know. We watched it like probably almost a year ago now.
oh shoot.
I think there's one on there that we watched too. It's a movie, but it's called Bubble.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty good one too. Let's see if we can find it real quick. It's like Whisper or something. Or...
Oh, Whisker Away. That was a cute one.
Oh, that's a cute one. Yeah.
I can always try and look up the name.
anime. Romantic.
A Silent Voice.
Yeah, there you go. A Silent Voice is what it's called.
Hey, this is kind of cool. Because of the camera picking it up, you can actually see every time the frequency flicker in the remote control under his hand. You can see it light up when she pushes button.
Oh yeah, you can.
Huh.
Not mine though. Weird.
Looks like she has
Oh, there you now you can.
Oh, you gotta just get it at the right angle.
It's like flashing.
Oh, yeah, yours. There it is. Yep, I see it. Zip, zip.
It's
Knight
real quick.
Rider goes near, near. Unless that's just a reflection or something. I don't know.
No, it's like a real quick one.
Yep, flip quick. I see it.
What was it called? The Silent Voice?
Mhm.
Or a silent voice, something like that.
A lady of silence? No.
No.
It might not be on there anymore.
Well, that's stupid. That was another good one. Of course, they haven't taken off.
I have this habit of leaving stuff on my list because if it's pinned to your list, if they still have
Oh.
it, even if it's in the deepest archive, it's still there.
This one?
Do you see it?
Suzume?
No. It's an anime, but it's just of a face.
Oh,
There's no
bottom,
actual-
bottom left.
There's no title. It's just a face. Oh,
Junji Ito Maniac, Japanese Tales of the Macabre.
got nudity. Whoopee.
Interesting. Yeah, it's not on there. Oh, Bubble is on there though.
Oh, that's a good one.
That was a pretty good
That's a
one.
good one. Ooh, Mary and the Witch's Flower. That's
So I
another
wonder-
good one.
See if it's on Crunchyroll. You may just have to give them our Crunchyroll.
That was a cute one. I like that one.
Oh, well, it might be on Hulu if it's on Crunchyroll. Let's see.
I'm glad none of us have like a photosensitivity to strobing and having strobes. Because
Oh,
your
oh, there
screen,
you
as
go.
you're flicking through screens, is like, whoa.
So maybe it's on Prime?
Or they just took it off all together.
Yeah, unless it was a Netflix original.
Well, if it was a Netflix original, they would have kept it on there.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
They're just taking all the good stuff
What
off.
the hell? Yeah, that was a really good one.
Because they know it's so good that you need to go buy it now because it's not on any.
Oh, it's on Amazon. Well, you gotta buy it.
Yeah,
but
see?
It's on
so
Amazon.
good.
But you
You
didn't
can
find
rent it for $1.99.
Does it say Prime?
It's available to rent or buy. Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes
We have
rent.
Prime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's $6.50. It's really good though. Yeah, that's well if you like tear jerking stuff. That's one of those.
Sometimes we get into that phase.
Yeah, it's like we need to watch some emotional videos or movies.
I haven't cried in a hot minute.
Yeah, I need to purge my tear ducts.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
I feel like they're a little dusty.
It's like changing your wiper fluid. Sometimes you just got to get in there and flush the system.
Right.
Yeah.
Weird shit's growing.
Getting fungal. It's starting to give off that kind of that funk. You can't quite say what it is, but you know where it's coming from.
Exactly.
Uh,
That's funny.
Is my voodoo still on here? Or no, this is yours, huh?
Yeah. Oh,
Because
yeah.
I was going to say it could be on voodoo too.
Oh, yeah. We don't have Voodoo on this one. Because
I have an account, I thought.
this,
Oh, it's
on the other
online.
Xbox.
Destroyed.
Yeah. Your guys' Voodoo logged us out quite a while ago, and we just never did anything.
Yeah, they have been getting weird about, I don't know, locations and stuff.
Oh, so doing the
How
sharing.
Netflix
That's
is-
so stupid. I'm sick of that. It's just a money grab by all of them.
I feel like it just needs to be a case of we're going to give you this. You can connect it to 6 devices. This is what you're paying for. We don't care 6 devices you plug it into. Have a nice day. If
Yeah.
you'd like more than that, let us know. We can bump you up to 10 for an extra $2. No problem.
Right. Exactly.
That would be a user-friendly system. That's not what they're going for, apparently.
No, they're just money grab.
Yeah.
It's
leg
like-
humping.
I think I've gotten this year already. I think I've gotten 2 emails about like Disney going up, and it's like all these. It's like, how many times are you gonna freaking increase your subscription prices in a year? Holy cow, guys!
Until enough people unsubscribe for them to freak out and bring it back down. It's what I
Right.
call
Yep.
the domino. It's called the domino effect, but it's because Domino's Pizza did this in such a blatant way that it's just stuck. They
But-
started. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, but a part of the reason that the Disney is going up is because it's combining with Hulu and some other things instead of being their own separate services still.
See,
So-
that's funny is,
Yeah, I
but
saw
that's
that.
what's dumb is because like I've been paying for the Hulu, Disney Plus, ESPN package literally since they started it.
Mhm.
So it's like, well, but if they're rolling it all out into one whole thing where you can access it all in one app, well, okay, why not just get rid of the damn package that I have then, where I'm paying X amount and just do it all on one thing? Like, why are
I
you
got the
charging me
impression that
extra? I'm
that's
still
what they
using
were.
separate apps.
Yeah, but I think that's what they're trying to do is push in that direction by
Ugh, hate that.
buying in bulk. But it's at what point does it just become you're paying for cable now because they've bundled
Yeah.
everything
We-
under one roof?
Exactly. Now we're just
Right.
going right back to what it used to be. You're
Paying
paying
for
one
stuff I
big-
don't use.
Exactly. It's getting old.
We're all going to be on Pluto TV where you don't pay for nothing ever.
Yeah. No, we have. I think we have that on one of the Xboxes. But yeah, we'll just get to that point too eventually.
It'll go the way of radio and just the advertising pays for all of it. It's just on the air all day, every day.
The nice thing is we have a buddy up in Canada that's got his own private home server, and their download laws up there, pirating laws are super lax, so he can
Non-existent.
download whatever he wants. So he shares his server with us. So if we need something, we're like, hey, can you download this for us? And he's like, yeah, I got you. And he'll usually within a day or two, it's up on his server. So,
Yeah, until the FBI knocks on your door and talks to you about FCC laws about transferring products across international
I'll be like,
boundaries.
hey man, I'm not downloading anything. I'm just watching it.
Oh, you're just observing.
Exactly. I'm just looking through the window, man.
That's right. It's only a minor offense. Go away. I'm not worth your time.
Yeah, why are you bothering me? Go deal with some like IRS fraud or
Look
something.
through the window and give them recommendations. That's it.
Go deal with all the people crossing the border.
Yeah, there you
Mhm.
go. Well, no, they won't
I
look
mean,
at that.
let's find a
They're
real
part of that.
crisis.
Yeah.
And I'm not
That's
even
a
talking about
whole other topic.
go monitor it to keep them out. I'm just saying at least have the humanity of it to keep them from just dying in the middle of the desert for no fucking reason whatsoever. How about a little humanitarian aid? I'm not all that.
Yeah, well, that'll never happen.
No.
It will if Mexico ever pulls its head out of its ass and actually decides to be a country worth living in. I mean,
Yeah, that's probably
that's
not
the
gonna
thing that nobody seems to grasp. Why are these people willing to spend every penny they have and every shithole dime they can make and risk everything, including their lives, to come here? I mean, we look at this country and go, "Shit, it's falling apart," and they're looking at it going, "Oh, what an upgrade!"
Yeah.
I think of it like you find that perfect couch on the curb that says free and you take it home and it matches your decor and it's, they obviously didn't want it. They treated it like shit. They left it on the curb and you're like, jackpot.
Right.
It's the same couch. It's the same country. Maybe we need to start being a country worth being excited about instead of bitching about the people they claim are fucking it up. I think we did a nice job on our own. They're just a nice scapegoat at this point.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think there's a lot of countries that could do that.
yeah,
Yeah.
but this comes down to it's a democracy. Democracies rarely last over 200 years, and when they do, this is exactly what they turn into. This is what happened to the Roman Empire.
Yep.
Rise and fall of the Roman Empire. We are in it. We are on track, and it shows no sign of stopping.
Nope.
Which is where your idea of having a piece of property that is fully self-sufficient is your best gamble, because in 20 years there won't be a government, or what it looks like won't look anything like it does today, and you might not be able to go to the grocery store and buy food.
That's exactly it. That's what I am preparing for.
And it's coming.
I feel it. Yep, I feel it.
Yeah, and it's not a question. The only question is what it looks like, because every collapse looks different, and collapses don't necessarily mean the end of the United States. It just means the end of their system.
Yeah,
It changes, and it changes big.
Exactly. It's gonna be a reset or some form thereof.
Reset's a nice word.
Mark-
I like that.
Mark keeps telling me that I need to stop asking what if, because when I was a lot younger, I used to ask, what would happen if we had another plague? What would happen if we had another
If the government
another
collapsed, what-
Hitler? What would happen if we had another? Yeah. He's
Well,
like, you
hey,
need
you're
to stop
finding out.
asking now.
Yeah.
You're getting the answer to all those questions.
And my favorite phrase on the face of the planet is be careful what you ask, you just might get an answer.
Yeah. No kidding.
The question is, are you going to like the answer? I-
9 times out of 10, chances are probably not.
or it's going to be so much better than you even imagined. I mean, you know those stories too. Some people,
Oh, yeah.
most people have one here or there, but there's those people that are just blessed.
That's
Every
that
time
1
they
out of
find-
10. Yep.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I think I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah. I think we got to take a shower still.
What?
Yeah. All right. Well,
I don't think I can get
Enthusiastic.
there in time, guys. I'm sorry. I just for all the effort I can put in, I just don't think I can get there in time. So
That's-
you enjoy.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
Joe
that's
wants
fine.
me anyway.
Of course. I mean that's been a given for life. So
all right,
All
guys.
right.
Good to
Love
talk
you
to
guys. See you next
So
week.
we'll-
and
So what time are we planning for?
we'll keep in touch via text, but probably same bat time. If we hit it here at 6 and you're at 8, seems to work
Okay.
fairly okay.
Yeah.
And frankly, especially with a small group like this, 2.5 people, I just can't keep saying that enough. It's awesome. I'm so excited about that goddamn half. It's not even, it's stupid, but carry on. If the first half hour is we just say, hey, what's up, bullshit, what'd you grow in the garden today? I have no problem with that. I
Yeah.
have no problem with D&D being the accidental dessert to our social time.
Yeah.
And we
Well,
can, and if all we do is talk, it's all we do. And no bigs there either.
And as long as we didn't have anything crazy going on that day or the next day, I mean, if we go a little longer, then whatever, it's not a big.
Cool.
So
All right.
Just for
All right.
ha-has, your clock there says something like 11:15-ish.
Yep.
Cool. Perfect. I'm just trying to get used to it. So,
Yeah. No, we're good.
Awesome.
So, all right. We'll talk to you in a week.
Keep in text contact if
Yep.
the 0.5 develops. I'd love to hear some details.
Yeah.
And if
I think we have time.
get any other characterhoods, plots, questions, bring them on. I'm at your disposal. I'm going to keep
Sounds
reading
good.
the book, and we might have a session 0.5, not in reference to the half character, just more a reference of when we start next time. I might have a few more mechanics to throw in or a few other quick questions to ask, but otherwise I'll do it via text.
Sounds good.
Coolio.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later.
Good night.
Peace
Love
and
y'all.
love.